It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of...
Hello, guys. So Jim Carrey is back in the headlines.
Here's the thing. It's not our world.
None of this is real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh.
If you go to a
And this time, it has fans seriously worried for his safety.
newsstand and you read about me in these rags, you know, 90% of what you're reading is absolute garbage. It's total fabrication. Check it out.
After years of being Hollywood's go-to funny man,
blower. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati.
Carrey has suddenly become the center of a chilling storm.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
After making jaw-dropping claims about the Illuminati and the hidden darkness of the entertainment industry.
I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy,
icons?
that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha!
He didn't just joke about it.
Jimmy, seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies.
Jim flat out suggested that the Illuminati doesn't simply pull strings in the spotlight.
And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
According to him, it uses celebrities as pawns. Smoke and mirrors to distract the public while something much bigger, much scarier unfolds behind closed doors. And here is the part that has people clutching their seats. Carrey claims that when he dared to expose what he called the truth, powerful forces moved in, silenced him, and obliterated his once unstoppable career. At the time, the world brushed him off as eccentric, just another Hollywood star having a meltdown. But fans are now revisiting those cryptic interviews and strange outbursts, whispering that maybe, just maybe, Jim's bizarre comments were actually coded warnings to the entire world. Was he laughing through the pain while trying to tip us off to something sinister? The deeper you dive into this story, the darker it becomes. Each clue points to a chilling possibility. Jim Carrey wasn't losing his mind. He might have been risking everything to reveal how Hollywood really operates. And believe me, this rabbit hole is not just deep. It's pitch black, and every new layer makes the mystery even more disturbing. Carrey's name has always been synonymous with laughter, wild characters, and blockbuster hits like The Mask, Ace Ventura, and The Truman Show. But recently, his image has taken a shocking turn. He's no longer just the goofy comic. He has become a figure wrapped in controversy and shadow, a man hinting at secrets powerful people don't want exposed. For years, Jim has dropped clues that Hollywood is less about art and more about control, with celebrities being nothing more than pawns in a ruthless game to keep the masses entertained and distracted while the real power moves in silence. According to Jim Carrey, fame itself isn't just overrated, it's a carefully engineered illusion. He has repeatedly suggested that celebrity culture is nothing more than a tool of control, designed to manipulate public attention while the real hidden truths stay locked away in the shadows. And these hints haven't been subtle either. Carrey has dropped bombshells through cryptic interviews, shocking talk show appearances, and unapologetic commentary that still has fans debating to this day. Rather than brushing Hollywood off as shallow entertainment, Jim positioned himself as something far more dangerous, a whistleblower. Someone willing to shatter the sparkling facade and call out the web of lies hidden behind the glitz and glamour. One of the most unforgettable examples came during Fashion Week, when Carrey baffled reporters by declaring with chilling calmness that the entire event was meaningless. "None of this matters," he said flatly, rejecting fashion, fame, and even the very idea of celebrity itself. That clip went viral, and it instantly divided fans. Was he spiraling, or had he finally peeled back the curtain to reveal the truth? Carrey's words often strike with a spiritual undertone. He has argued that identity is nothing but an illusion, and that most people cling to ego, fame, and success as traps that keep them from ever feeling real peace. "I don't believe in icons," he once said boldly. "I believe that peace lies beyond personality." For many, it sounded like enlightenment, but for others, it felt like a man screaming for help in code. And then came the moment that would cement his reputation as Hollywood's most unpredictable truth-teller: his infamous appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Instead of playing it safe with a lighthearted interview, Jim walked onto the stage flashing a triangle-shaped hand gesture, a symbol long tied to the Illuminati. The audience gave a nervous laugh, unsure if it was a joke, while Kimmel himself looked visibly rattled. Carrey didn't back down, though. He leaned into the moment, insisting he was there to blow the lid off what he called the secrets of Hollywood's hidden puppet masters. That interview is still replayed today as fans argue, was Jim trolling, losing grip, or risking everything to expose the system from within? Jim Carrey's tone during these bombshell moments straddled a razor-thin line between comedy and sincerity, and that is exactly what sent speculation into overdrive. Was he mocking conspiracy culture with an elaborate gag? Or was he slipping coded messages into the mainstream under the cover of comedy? Fans couldn't tell, and that confusion only made the theories spiral even harder. But Carrey didn't stop there. He went further, boldly suggesting that talk show hosts, actors, and celebrities aren't just entertainers, they're pawns. According to him, they're strategically employed to distract the public from truths that are far more urgent and unsettling. People on television, people in sitcoms, they've been hired by the government to distract you, Carrey declared, with a chilling seriousness that made the laughter in the room suddenly feel uneasy. His words dripped with a deep cynicism about the media and its hidden influence over society. For some, it was just Jim being eccentric, another bizarre stunt in a long line of antics. But for others, his words hit like confirmation, proof that their long-held suspicions about Hollywood's darker underbelly were real. And when clips of his Jimmy Kimmel interview spread across YouTube and Twitter, the reactions were absolutely wild. Fans weren't just commenting, they were making claims that sounded like scenes from a thriller. One person wrote, "My sister was in the audience. She said nobody laughed when he said this. That laugh track was added later to cover it up." Another claimed, "My dad was there. And trust me, Jim looked dead serious. Jimmy didn't look amused, he looked terrified." Others chimed in with cryptic warnings. The best way to hide something is to place it in plain sight. And then came the shocker. Right after stirring the pot with his Illuminati exposé, Jim Carrey stunned the world by announcing his retirement from acting. To many fans, the timing felt way too suspicious. Was this really a personal choice to walk away from Hollywood? Or was it the inevitable price for daring to speak out? Speculation spread like wildfire online. Conspiracy-minded fans became convinced Carrey hadn't simply stepped away. They believed he was quietly pushed out, silenced by the same shadowy forces he had been warning about. And the comparisons came instantly. People began drawing chilling parallels between Carrey's mysterious exit and the controversies surrounding other outspoken stars like Kanye West, who also found themselves on the edge of Hollywood after making explosive, unsettling claims. For Jim's supporters, it wasn't retirement. It was exile. For Jim Carrey's most loyal supporters, his so-called retirement wasn't retirement at all. It was exile. Just like other outspoken stars who've claimed that powerful forces in the entertainment world control, punish, or outright silence anyone who refuses to conform, fans were convinced Jim had been pushed out of Hollywood's inner circle. And while Carrey himself insisted otherwise, the suspicions only grew louder. Carrey framed his decision in his own philosophical way, suggesting that his rise to fame was never about fortune or ego, but about outgrowing it. "I believe that I got famous so I could let go of fame," he once declared, hinting that celebrity was nothing more than a glittering trap designed to strip people of their individuality and repackage them into marketable brands. His words struck a chord with those who see fame as a double-edged sword. Glamour and wealth on one side, but on the other, constant surveillance loss of self, and the ever-present fear of saying or doing the wrong thing. But if Hollywood thought Jim Carrey was going to fade into obscurity, they couldn't have been more wrong. He re-emerged in a way no one expected, with a 6-minute mini-documentary titled, I Needed Color. This wasn't comedy. This wasn't satire. This was Jim Carrey as the world had never seen him before. Raw, vulnerable, and immersed in a passion that had secretly consumed him for years. Painting. In a follow-up interview with Culture magazine, Carrey even joked about his sudden disappearance from Hollywood. "People were wondering where I went," he said with a sly smile. "The truth is, I was spirited into the forest by a sprite. And you really just follow it when it happens." It sounded whimsical, but beneath the humor was a man revealing how deeply he had detached from the machine of celebrity. The documentary, directed by David Bushell, showcased Carrey's private world, one overflowing with massive canvases and bold colors. His home had become so packed with paintings that he admitted to using them as furniture, even eating meals off of them. But this was far from just a quirky pastime. For Carrey, painting had become therapy, rebellion, and perhaps even salvation. I Needed Color explored themes of spirituality, solitude, heartbreak, and artistic freedom, all filtered through his restless imagination. Gone were the funny faces of Ace Ventura or the manic energy of The Mask. Instead, audiences saw something hauntingly different, a man stripped of Hollywood's armor, bearing his soul with a paintbrush instead of punchlines. For many, it was disorienting, almost surreal, to witness Carrey in such a contemplative, serious context. But it worked. It didn't just reveal a hobby, it revealed a reinvention. And for fans convinced that Hollywood had cast him out for speaking forbidden truths, I Needed Color felt less like art and more like defiance. It was a statement. Jim Carrey didn't need the stage or the camera to remain relevant. He had created his own platform, one that couldn't be censored, controlled, or silenced. Jim Carrey's willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about fame, the entertainment industry, and even the shadowy whispers of the Illuminati has made him one of the most fascinating and controversial figures in Hollywood history. His story refuses to fade because it sits at the intersection of comedy, chaos, and conspiracy, leaving fans questioning everything they thought they knew about him. What makes Carrey so captivating is the contradiction he embodies. On one hand, he's the beloved comedian who gave the world Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, legendary roles that defined an entire era of laughter. But on the other hand, he's the man who walked onto late-night television and with unsettling calm announced that he was ready to blow the lid off Hollywood's biggest secrets. For some, those moments were hilarious satire. For others, they were chilling glimpses of a man desperately trying to sound the alarm. And for many, they left one haunting question echoing in their minds. How much of what Jim Carrey said was a joke? And how much was the truth? His shift into art with I Needed Color only deepened the mystery. Instead of punchlines, audiences saw a spiritual seeker, a man wrestling with solitude, expression, and the desire to move beyond the noise of fame itself. It was a reinvention that felt less like retirement and more like rebirth, a refusal to play by Hollywood's rules any longer. Today, Jim Carrey remains a paradox: comic genius, reluctant prophet, accidental whistleblower, and fearless artist. Whether you believe his warnings were satire, breakdowns, or coded truths, one fact is undeniable. Jim Carrey forced the world to look twice at Hollywood's shiny surface and wonder what really lurks in the shadows.